Tori Amos has sold more than 12 million albums. She is one of the most successful and influential artists of her generation, and now she is out with her 12th album, Night of Hunters. This is inspired by classic music themes spanning over 400 years. We are excited to have you here in the studio, and I spent all night listening to this album again and again, and it is a real departure from what I've heard from you in the past. It is really, it's a song cycle. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
So it's really sort of like, it's of course 14, is it 14 or 15 tracks?
Yes.
But sort of meant to be listened to as one cohesive piece.
It's a narrative.
Yeah.
And it begins with a shattering of a relationship. The story takes place in Ireland, in an old home from 1735. And the woman has to start picking up the pieces after he has walked out. And she meets a mythical creature, Annabelle, who takes her back in time and then brings her back into the 21st century to figure out her next step.
Did you first have the idea that you wanted to tell the story of a relationship in its dying days and then come to the classical music song cycle, or did you know you wanted to do a song cycle?
Deutsche Grammophon tracked me down. You don't really go searching for them.
They come find you.
It's sort of like the Black Ops. You don't go and say, hi, yeah, I can blow stuff up, I'm available. It doesn't happen like that. They find you. And they said there was a German musicologist, a doctor of musicology, and his name was Dr. Alexander Burr. And he said, would you consider composing a 21st century song cycle based on classical themes? And I thought, oh, geez. That's a big ask.
That's a big task.
Help me see you with the dawn.
I've wanted to somehow bring in those wonderful stories from Ireland. I've spent time there, and the house, all the photographs in the record are from the house that we got in 1995 when we made a record, Boys for Pele. So there have been a lot of experiences that have happened to me personally there. And so some things were inspired because of the place itself. And it was the music that sort of, I would say, lent itself to the idea of something more poetic.
Your daughter is on the album with you, and I think so much of your work is so intimate and so autobiographical. Did you have any hesitation about sort of bringing her into that world with you, or was it a good fit for you?
Well, you know, she dashed my hopes of her being a veterinarian or whatever a few years ago. She said, when I was 9, Mummy, I discovered the blues. And so she said, ever since I discovered the blues, I know what I'm doing. And she wants to act and sing. She doesn't want to be an actor who can sing or a singer who can act, but to do both very
fully
well.
And separately.
And so she helped me develop Annabelle. I designed it musically and lyrically, but she would ask me questions. She'd say, okay, why do grown-ups make such a mess of it and are so stupid that they can't fix their problems before they drag the kids into it? And I said, no, you're right. She had friends who were going through divorces, friends all around the world. She's toured many times. Mm-hmm. And so she inspired me to really think about, wow, Annabelle can question this woman in ways that has a sage wisdom.
Sort of innocent wisdom of a child to just ask those basic questions we all ignore once we become adults. Would you be willing to play something for us?
Oh, yes, yes.
I would love it. Well, your piano is all set up over there, so I will send you off to your piano and I will get these guys ready to hear you play. Is that all right?
Good to see you.
Really good, really good.